Here's Danny, and today, tomorrow the 6th, a new Battlefield 2042 update will drop. It will feature multiple vehicle balancing things like the 50mm cannon nerf on the helis, new XP events for different things, Portal receives new vehicles, rule editor stuff and play spaces, and you can now move while aiming down sight and moving while proning. Lots of other things though, so let's go through the patch notes quickly. You can now see how many friends are online in the main menu. Voice chat can now change device, so it doesn't come out of my screen anymore when using headphones. The not set text is fixed, and spot XP is brought back to 10 XP. Portal now has air and ground superiority modes, like in Battlefield 3. You can adjust the vehicle count on it, AI can now climb ladders better, the Ranger can be restricted from play, you can now teleport inside HQ, the underbarrel can be resupplied by ammo crates, there have been new voice lines added for 942 soldiers, including Gunther. There's extra small layouts for Battle of the Bulge, Alamine, Kaleidoscope and Manifest, good for team deathmatch and such. You can now disable seats in vehicles, which could allow for more vehicles. There is health modifiers for vehicles, the option for unlimited magazines. There's also projectile speed modifiers for throwables, and some more blocks for vehicles. The Mi-24 Hind replaces the UH-60 Hind on the Russian team in Bad Company 2, and the BMD-3 replaces the BMP-2. For Battlefield 3 they added the A-10 Warthog and the Su-25 Frogfoot. There's also some new hazard zone changes, even though DICE said they won't do anymore. The data drive now costs 200 points, it only shows players carrying the drives when scanning, and drives are now globally shown in the world now. Armor plates are free and a default gadget like the data drive scanner was before. A new mechanic has been added called Second Chance, which means if your squad wipes before the first extraction, then the whole squad is redeployed one more time after 15 seconds at a different location from where you first inserted. Redeploying Second Chance now spawns players 500 meters instead of 100 meters. Until the player is 100 meters above the ground, the parachute cannot be used. Some other changes to get easier into a match. Map overview has been removed, so less waiting. Reduce the amount of players needed to start the timer for starting the round, even if the server isn't full yet. And reduce the start timer from 2 to 1 minute, so even less waiting. New icons have been added for attackers and defenders in Breakthrough. There's now retreat indicators that show the direction, and audio should bring even more tension to the game. For soldier stuff, there should be less clipping when moving. The hipfire animation has been improved. Angled walls can now be vaulted. Leaning in third person is added. New and improved idle animations. There has been lots of animation polishing, including those of revives. Fall damage is now more consistent. It is now possible to interrupt the weapon animation when spawning in. Boris's turret can't aim super sharp down anymore. You can't deploy the Casper drone in elevators anymore to look through walls. The nearby player list now accurately reflects nearby teammates. You will no longer see hit indicators when shooting a dead enemy. Lol at both. Lots of tiny fixes not worth mentioning, or the video becomes way longer than it should be. There have been some other vehicle buffs and nerfs. Jet guns now deal more damage, going from 20 to 30, also less spread and more damage on range. The air-to-ground missiles got higher fire rate, but you can use them less often, but it is quicker to lock on. The 20mm cannon on the Nightbirds are nerfed, lower fire rate and longer time to resupply. The kinetic weapon quad on tanks got a small nerf too. The autocannon got changed on the F, way slower velocity from 980 to 300, but it deals more damage and has a slightly increased rate of fire, more blast radius and less blast damage. The 50mm pods fire a single shot with a lower fire rate and longer replenish rate on the Flying Fortresses things. For the guns, the flechette rounds on shotguns are nerfed, the DMRs got their bullet velocities and headshots multiplier increased, the damage and such are still the same. But hey, that is all I got for now. Subscribe for more. This was Danny and I see you on the battlefield.